Hello YouTube, Stillborn86 here with an XDS video. As you can probably tell from the title of the video, this is my recall update for my XDS. I know I promised a bunch of people that I would do one when it came in, and it just came in maybe 10 minutes ago. Couple first impressions, couple updates. First of all, packaging. Most people, they get this packing list right here. I'm not going to show the whole thing because it has my sensitive information, my name and address and stuff, which you don't need. And it came with this card, which you can pause the video now and read, but I'm not going to waste time on that. And other unboxing videos I've seen with a notice telling the customer to download the updated user manual. Mine came with a new user manual, which is pretty neat. I don't know if it has a date here or not. Revision, what does that say? 10/23/13. So this is the newer manual. They sent me this instead of a piece of paper telling me to download the new manual. So that's nice. That's something I like. Something some people were telling me before when the recall happened, they told me that they would change out my chamber indicator, which I don't understand why they didn't understand the first video, because I have my modified chamber extractor here. I bought a new one, modified it, and put it in here, so I had my original perfectly in case I wanted to sell the gun or I needed to send it back, like this case. So this is the original extractor that came with the gun, and I just put it back before I sent it off. And this will be the first thing I do after the video, is putting the modified one back in, so I have my chamber window. Because we have here, where did I put that? Snap cap. There it is. Because what we have here is the issue that I had before. Snap cap, empty magazine. Let's load this sucker. Let's do a chamber indicators up. So let's do a press check. Look, there it is, and we're still out of battery. That one went in battery. That one went in battery. Huh. Maybe they did fix it. Nope, there it is. It's out of battery again. Oh, there it goes back in. So it's better. It's not 100% better. But it's still there. It's still replicatable. It can still be done. So I don't see it there. I'm gonna have to play with it. Maybe I'll do another update video. Maybe that'll change. Don't know. Let's take that out of there. So there's that. Like other videos, I have been getting this specialized box with my information on the side. It does come with another magazine. I've seen some people confused about this magazine, why they come with two different sleeves. They're supposed to come with two different sleeves. One is for the thick back strap, and one is for the thin back strap if you choose to use that. Let me just demonstrate that. I think I have the thick back strap on my gun. So this looks like it's the right one. Extended magazine. See how flush and form-fitting that works with the gun? There is a little bit of gap in between, but that's to be expected. If I take this out, and these fit pretty tightly, and put the thin back strap on, the one for the thin back strap, and then put that on, you see how it doesn't fit? And then vice versa, if I put the thin back strap on and use the one for the thick back strap, this would stick out much like that. So that's why there are two sleeves. Just to clear up any problem, any confusion people are having with that. Nice gesture, I guess, for keeping my weapon for, let's see here, 105 days. They kept mine for over 3 months. I sent it off on the let's see here. Tracking number says it was the 20th of September, and right now it is the 2nd of January. So yeah, that's 105 days. That's over 3 months. Yeah, that's the biggest problem I had with the recall. They when they first announced it, I called them up. They said it would be a 3 to 4 week turnaround. They'd have it fixed and right back out to me. I sent it in, and then that's when I got an email saying they don't have a fix. They didn't have a fix. They're working on a fix. So to me, that was tantamount to lying to me. They told me that they had a fix and that it would be 3 to 4 weeks to get me the gun. And then they sent me an email after the fact saying, yeah, we don't have a fix. We're not going to give you the gun back till we do. And we're going to hold it hostage until, you know, it can be fixed. And that kind of left a sour taste in my mouth. I didn't like that. My Shield, on the other hand, had a recall almost couple weeks before the XDS had a recall, and they had a fix. They fixed it and sent it back, all within such a timely manner. It was amazing. I almost didn't feel like I lost the gun. I totally forgot about it while I was thinking about this gun. So that's just comparison there. People talk about the trigger weight. The trigger is heavier, much heavier. I can't demonstrate that on film. I can, on the other hand, demonstrate the sponginess. Before you take up the first stage, you get to that break right there, right where it's supposed to break, and it used to break rather cleanly. It was kind of heavy, but it would break cleanly. This right now, the new trigger, is very spongy. Let me show you here. There's still take up here, it's still traveling, and then it breaks. Let's do that again. Let's see if we can demonstrate that here. Go to the break right there, consistent breaking point, and it still has take up, and then there it is. That's the sponginess people are talking about. Breaking point, take up, break. To me, that's a lot of take up. That's a lot of sponginess. Of course, I haven't broken it in yet. It's got about 1,000 rounds through it, but not with this new trigger system. Essentially, what they've done is change out the entire trigger system. You can see the new moon pin right here, if the camera will focus. The new moon pin inside the grip safety. There it is. That's new. That's the way you can tell if it's been upgraded from the outside. From the inside, you can tell because the grip safety used to be on top of the sear right here. Now it's no longer there. The sear doesn't have a cutaway. There's a number of things. There's a new spring that goes forward in the gun down in there, if you can see it. So there's a few things. It's all right here in the trigger mechanism. The frame and everything's the same. The slide is the same, supposedly. Everything is right here in the trigger mechanism, which bothers me because there are no upgraded trigger kits for this gun now because the entire trigger system is different. That means this long, heavy, spongy trigger pull is something that I'm going to have to live with right now indefinitely because, you know, that's just how it is. And that also leaves a sour taste in my mouth because this is not the gun I bought. I bought a gun with about a 5.5 pound trigger pull with a rather crisp, clean trigger break, a nice, a fairly nice trigger. People are going to call me Smith & Wesson fanboy, but my Smith & Wesson Shield has a really, really nice trigger. This one was close. Now it is nowhere even in. It's not even in the same ballpark. It's spongy. It's long. It's heavy. I don't like the trigger. This is not the gun that I bought. And according to Springfield, tough. This is the upgraded gun. This is what they are giving out. This is what I'm stuck with. So, I mean, if that's what you want, guys, that's great. To demonstrate that the problem doesn't exist, you can look up a video on what the problem was. Essentially, if you rack the slide, let's see here, it's safe. So let's pull the trigger. Essentially, if you rack the slide without depressing the safety, the trigger would not go forward. So let's hold it so that the grip safety is not being depressed, and actuate the slide, and the trigger goes forward. So this is working. But again, that trigger is just really long. Let's see, first set of take up, second set of take up, and there's no stop there. It just breaks whenever it wants. I don't understand what that first stage is for anymore, because the first stage is supposed to show you this is where it's going to break, but it doesn't break. It doesn't break there. It doesn't break here. It breaks back here. So I mean, I don't know. Not a fan of this new trigger. This is, again, not the gun that I bought, not the gun that I researched, but it's the gun that I'm stuck with, according to Smith & Wesson, according to Springfield. So, yay Springfield. I think this may be the last Springfield weapon that I buy ever. No M1s, no M14s, no XDs, no nothing. This is going to be the last one I buy from them, because their customer service is absolutely terrible. From lying to me about, yes, we have a fix, it'll be back in 3 to 4 weeks, but we really don't have a fix, so it'll be back in 3.5 months, to you're out of battery thing is no big deal, just don't safety check the weapon. Which doesn't make sense, to use the loader chamber indicator, even though on page 7 the manual says not to. Actually, let's look at that. Let's look at the new manual, because they may have changed that. Let's see here. The pages are numbered and I still can't do it. They don't have it on here anymore. Let's see what the old manual used to say. Maybe they changed it because of the loaded chamber indicator. Yep, they changed it. They definitely did. This right here is page 7. This right here is page 7. It says right there at the top, never rely on a firearm's safety features to protect you from unsafe firearm handling. The safety feature is only a mechanical device, not a substitute for common sense. I translate that as, don't use a mechanical loaded chamber indicator for using proper gun handling techniques. Safety check the weapon. So I guess they went ahead and took that out. Huh. Oh, no, they moved it here to page 6. Okay, it's still on there, it's just page 6 now. Huh. So, it's still in there. They still have it. So, anyway, yeah, they sent me a second manual, which is nice, because I don't have to download and print this, as if I would have anyway. They sent me a new magazine, they sent me a gun that has a terrible, terrible trigger pull. If the trigger pull changes, from what I understand, it'll go down a pound or two. The sponginess never really goes away, but if you play with it, the trigger weight will go down. So we'll play with that a little bit, see if that works, see what that does, and I'll probably do an update on that too. Other than that, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll be more than happy to answer them. Do another video if I have to. Thank you for watching. Again, this is Stillborn86. Goodbye. Hello YouTube, Stillborn86 back again with an update to the update, which is going to be awesome. First things first, I do have a second XDS here just to show you all the trigger creep. This one has not been updated. As you can see, there's no moon pin here in the trigger guard, in the grip safety. And looking at the trigger creep, there's the take up for the first stage, and then there's a little bit of creep, and it breaks. It breaks almost right after that first stage, which is what I'm used to. There's this tiny bit of creep right here that I can barely get, and then it breaks. This updated one that I did in the first part of the video, of course, has the moon pin there and the grip safety. First stage, some creep, lots of creep, and then it breaks. I've been playing with it, which is, from what I understand, like I said in the first part, if you play with it, you can lower the trigger weight a few pounds, or not a few pounds, Lord, if I could lower it a few pounds, that would be awesome. But you can lower it a pound or two, and a pound and a half is what I'm seeing, and I was hoping to do that. So I was sitting there, I was pulling the trigger, cycling the weapon. Well, that didn't even pull the trigger forward. I thought that was a problem. Cycling the slide, pull the trigger again. And I've come up with another problem with the gun. And I mentioned my shield, and the shield recall that happened just before this. And I want to say that that's exactly what's happening here. So let's cycle the slide. The trigger is forward. You sit there, and if you play with it, every once in a while, it will... Let's see if I was getting it to happen every time off camera, so of course it's not going to happen now. There we go. And it stuck. The safety did not come forward. As you can see here on this other one, the safety is forward. I can depress the safety. Oh, you heard it click. I don't know if you could see it on camera or not, but it clicked. The safety came forward. Let's see that. There's the safety here that springs back. So let's play with that a couple more times. The safety's not forward anymore. There it is. See, we can play with this, and again, I was getting it to happen almost every time. There it is again. So I can push this trigger without pressing the safety. Let's do the grip safety up here. Well, it's not going to work with me. There it is. Press it. I don't have to press that safety on the bottom of the gun, on the bottom of the trigger for the gun to go off. This is exactly what Smith & Wesson fixed on their shield. So now, from what it looks like to me, we've gone from one recall status to another in the span of, I don't know, an hour. Awesome. Thanks, Springfield. This is definitely the last one I'm going to buy. This is not mine. This is someone else's. But this is the last Springfield Armory anything that I'm going to buy from them. Them and their Croatian made. Let's see here. Let's see if we can get that to focus where it says made in Croatia. Springfield Armory is located in Illinois, but their weapons are made in Croatia, so good on them. This is the last one I'm going to buy. Just wanted to tack this onto the video. I just edited the last one. I was encoding it, trying to play with this, trying to lighten up the trigger, and I found that. So we're back to another recall status. At least according to Smith & Wesson, this is recall status. So now the ball's in your court, Springfield. Thanks. Stillborn86 signing out.